What's up, everyone? Chris Driven here. In this video, we shall talk about, did I ever think that I would live in California? And, there's a lot of things you can bring up or talk about that. And so we can kind of get into it. So the reason why we're out here in the first place, my wife had applied to a school here in Pomona that is for veterinary school, right? This is among one of the 6 to 8 schools she applied to. I don't remember exactly how many, but this was really the only school that accepted her. And so here we are. But the crazy thing is, we live in California, and I think that's just a crazy thing for people like us who are from a bit of a smaller town of Texas. Not like Odessa or Lubbock, how people don't really know about, but we are from El Paso, Texas. And when you hear Texas, you might think Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, Houston, all those major big cities. But we are really in a small town, which I feel like is a bit underrated on some level. But the main reason why anybody would ever visit El Paso or pass through, as it is in the name, is to have some really good food. Otherwise, keep going. There's no reason to stop there unless you really want to find somewhere to retire in your life. We were born and raised in El Paso, and we really could not wait to get out of there. Reason for that being is there's little to no entertainment, and anybody who is from El Paso cannot disagree with me on this, is that there really is nothing to do there unless you're spending money to go out and do something. There's not something out there that is free besides maybe the mountains. You can go for a walk, but how many people are actually doing that or being active out there in El Paso because they're too busy drinking, partying, clubbing, crashing, being bad drivers? I know people say there's bad drivers everywhere, but over in El Paso, there's a mix of people who just really don't know how to drive, whether you're from Juarez, New Mexico, all of you guys are there. And it just makes it sad. This is not really negative talk about there, but living around people who really don't know how to drive, or who are careless because they want to drink and drive, it makes it unsafe for you, your family, friends to really be on the road sometimes, and you just never know. So, like I said, apart from that, there really is not much to do out there, without really having to, without having to pay. I know out here in California, I've come to realize that, most of the things that you can see are pretty much free. The only thing you would need to pay for is parking, just depending where you go, right? And so, like I said, born and raised from El Paso, all of us ever just dream. I don't know, I can't speak for anybody else in other states, but from, an El Pasoan's perspective, California really is kind of the dream. Not the dream, but it is the place to vacation to, mostly because of Disneyland. And now we will have that very accessible to us, except you still need to have the funds to be able to pay for that. So that's something that we're still trying to work on, because we just had a wedding, we just moved, and we're trying to get ourselves settled in. And I'm also still trying to find my way of what it is I need to be doing, but it's difficult, it's tricky. So hopefully YouTube can help us get to experience a lot of things. And I don't mean that it needs to retire me or just, letting that be my only job. No matter how much money I'll be making off YouTube, I will still be continuing my own career path to firefighter. And If not, I would still consider a part-time job somewhere, because for me, I really do require work, and I cannot imagine just being home every single day, and it would just drive me crazy. So that's why I'm telling you, like, no matter how much money I'm making off YouTube, at least right now in the moment, because I'm still young and there's so much that I could still experience. So I really wouldn't mind working, because that's just the type of person I am. But yeah, it's really nice out in California. One thing to really expect, I know I was gonna go through this in another video, but you know, the drivers out here compared to El Paso, they're fast. The speed limit out here is 65, and everybody out here is either going 10, 15, sometimes 20 over. And that makes it hard because, yeah, there's cops out on the road, but at the same time, on the road booklet of California, you do need to keep up with traffic, or just, I think anywhere it states that you do need to keep up with traffic, because you do pose as a danger to others if you are going slow and everybody's just passing you. So yeah, it's just like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm just trying to keep up with everybody. But yeah, you know what? It's beautiful out here in California. We really do want to take advantage while we are living out here for the next 4 years until until my wife becomes a doctor. So we want to take advantage. We want to go to Disneyland. We want to go this year to be able to finally experience Christmas time, which is going to be very exciting. And we will be going to Horror Nights later on with our best friend coming from El Paso, who is from California. Shout out Sabrina. But yeah, there really is just so much to do out here, which is why we were most excited. I know everybody that I even talk to, sometimes it's funny and crazy at my new job that I'm currently working at. I tell them that I'm from Texas, and they all are just very surprised, because, you know, the ideal thing is everybody from California moves to Texas, but in this case, it's a Texan or Texans moving to California. But it's for school, so it doesn't count in the sense that we came over here deliberately. And although this isn't really a place where we would grow a family, so we've had that set in stone now. We agreed, and we didn't agree to disagree or whatever, but yeah, we just feel that Texas is home. So we will be moving back as soon as she's done. In the meantime, like I said, we will enjoy California. But yeah, I just never thought that I would be living out here, because you just typically come out here for vacation. Once again, mostly for Disneyland. And that's just, it's crazy. Life feels unreal. One thing I already told my wife too that I'm gonna miss about California is the palm trees and the beaches. Those are like just two of the best things about California. Plus the weather's a bit nicer. It's still just as hot as it is in El Paso, maybe not as hot, because in El Paso, Texas, it's just dry heat. But yes, if you're gonna be moving to California, as I've been told by everybody, is you have the beaches, you got the mountains, you got the desert, sand dunes, you know, it snows out by the mountains. There's really so many things to do. And the only sad thing about right now, and which is why I really do pray that, you know, part of YouTube and doing our decal business can help us make money. I would still work a part-time job, because this job, working at a car dealership, it has taken away a lot of our weekends that we get to spend with each other. For those of you that haven't seen yet, as soon as we moved out here, I was basically without a job for a month. And that was with applying before moving. Within like a month or two, I was applying to so many jobs within that month. And yet to this day, still as an update, I have not received any other offers, nothing. If anything, I was rejected at this one other place I was hoping to get in, but because I did not have any qualifications, it took away that opportunity to even be super close with my wife where she would be in school. So it's kind of a shame. It really is a shame. So if you're really young, you live with your parents, make sure that you have your life together, as far as, well, not life together. People say you won't have your life together. You're still going to be trying to figure it out. But things really could be better. Just make smarter decisions, especially financially, or when it comes to getting a car. I feel like when young people decide to get a car, that is something that can really set you back on money, and it will kind of ruin your plans to move out, move to another city, whatever. Travel, especially important. That's all I could really recommend to all the younger people, is to make sure to travel. Look at these two twins. Two men. Same glasses, same socks, same walking style. It's so calm. It's a Sunday today. It's beautiful. It's cloudy right now. I'm just getting to work, so I will have to end it. I know I probably didn't talk as much about, did I think I would move out to California? Maybe not. Not sure. But this is part of me trying to work on getting better at my communication and the way that I can think on the fly while I'm doing something else. Damn, does anybody work today? It's like completely empty. Or am I too early? I think I'm early. Yeah, I'm too early. I guess we still have time. Because I go in at 10 and it's 9:40 at the moment. Okay. Well, I'm going to go park over here. But yeah, if you want to visit me to buy a car, whether new or used, you can visit me currently at the time of this recording at Spring Acura in Riverside, California. We live in Ontario, California. And I have to drive about 30 minutes out here because, once again, it is the only job that has accepted me out here. So crazy. I need to make the best of it, even though it takes away a lot of the weekends. Hopefully, I don't know, something amazing can happen through all the work that I'm doing behind the scenes, whether it's, like I said, doing this, trying to sell cars because I'm still learning, doing our decal business. If you guys haven't seen, I put the Stay Driven sticker and it's still holding up. So hopefully I can convince a lot of people to, place an order for those, because those are one of the things people just buy every day, whether it's for your Instagram, something personalized, whatever. But yeah, besides that, California it's been good. Just my only gripe is having to pay for parking. That's really the only thing. Gas for sure, of course. Like people say, it's expensive. We went from paying $2.90 or $2.80 something for gas to $4.14 currently is the cheapest we can find out here. And also rent is pretty crazy. I think we have to pay about $1,800-$1,900 and it's for a 1 apartment bedroom. This apartment doesn't even have a pool, which is kind of sad because that's the one thing that we wish that the apartment did have, is a pool at least. We will be getting a gym membership at 24 Hour Fitness. They do have a pool. It's a lap pool. And yeah, getting into the gym is something that I need to go. So I can't wait for us to do that. We're just, once again, waiting to kind of settle in. And I barely just received my second paycheck. So it's tough, but Karina and I are making things work out here for now. But we just have to keep putting in the work. And yeah, I'm not really sure how long I'll be able to stay here at Acura. In my head, I feel like I could get, just gotten rid of. But I do at the same time have to try to find somewhere that is maybe closer and has a better type of schedule. Because the only time you really get out of here is 8. Sometimes 6, but that's kind of on a rare basis. Otherwise, you're always just going to be getting out at 8 every other day. Which we are kind of lucky. Other dealerships close till 9. But once again, this is something that I wish wasn't happening at the moment, because since we want to enjoy California, how can we if I just get out so late and then nothing's really going to be open? All the things that her and I like to do are closed, which would be collectible stores, antiques. So once again, yeah, we're just trying to make it work as best as we can. Yeah, that's all I have. If you guys have questions about California, coming from El Paso, Texas specifically, I can maybe help you and, I don't know, give you some answers, or from Texas. But yeah, that's pretty much the life right now. I'm not sure what the next video will be. It's always difficult to decide because I have plenty of ideas, but nonetheless, we got plenty of time to put all these videos out, God willing. So yeah, if you guys have an idea of what kind of video you want to see in the future, let me know. But I have an entire list of ideas, so for me, ideas will never run out. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Don't really have an end line except just saying stay driven. That's all I have. And what that means is currently just continue going in life no matter how hard it gets, because life never stops and there's no timeouts, there's no breaks. You have to keep going. The best thing that I could recommend, which I wish I could do right now, once again, still need to set myself up for, but going to the gym is extremely important. And by going to the gym, I mostly mean by staying active. I want to get into calisthenics. So you can either go to the gym, get on the treadmill, just stay moving. Or if you're somewhere out, just go for a walk. Going for a walk is like one of the best things. It really helps you clear your mind, and that's where I get a lot of my ideas. So there's a podcast that I listen to called Think Media. So if you're really into YouTube or want to get into it and don't have the courage to, listen to the Think Media podcast. I know you think podcasts like, another podcast. Like, no, this one really is top of the line, the good one. I would not recommend anything unless I knew for sure that it was good, and this is really the one podcast that will help anybody who is trying to get into the YouTube space. So check it out. You will thank me later. I don't earn anything by sharing that information with you guys. So once again, this is just me helping you guys out if you want to get into it. It really opens up your eyes about what YouTube is for. But start now, because trust me, you're going to want to. Anyway, later, stay driven. Talking to the lens or the camera is just a little weird. There's nobody there. Just kidding, it's you. You're watching. just so nice to do. All right, see you later.